So before we get started, I would like to say I do have a bit of a cold right now, so if I sound like I have one, then that's why. Alright, so many larger YouTubers like to give away items to their viewers from time to time in a phenomenon known as giveaways. For example, Parker from Vehicle Virgins has announced that he's going to be giving away an Xbox, a GoPro, and a copy of Forza.
First prize is going to win a brand new Xbox One S and Forza Horizon 3. Second prize, a brand new GoPro Hero, and third prize, Forza Horizon 3 yet again.
While there are probably some people who announce giveaways with no intention to give away the prizes and are just trying to get extra publicity, which is certainly a dirty move, I really don't think this is the case here. But anyway, the concept of a subscriber giveaway is pretty cool in general because one or more lucky viewers receives free stuff from someone they think is pretty cool, and at the same time the content creator gets publicity, like subscribers, more views, and in turn more ad revenue, and so both parties benefit, and nobody really loses anything because subscribing to a channel doesn't cost you anything to do. Unfortunately though, there are some problems with how giveaways of this sort are usually executed, and so here I seek to address these issues and hopefully inform people, especially people who are thinking about doing giveaways. So before we get started, I'm actually going to dispel some claims that have been made regarding giveaways. I have seen some people saying that giveaways based on subscribers are not possible because content creators can't see who's subscribed to them, but that's not true. Then I've seen other people saying that you can see your subscribers, but only by going through the emails YouTube sends you. Now, it's true that you get an email when someone subscribes to you, assuming you have these notifications enabled, and then you could filter out just the emails that say someone has subscribed, and then choose a random one of those emails. But there really is a much easier way to see who is subscribed to you by going to a page on the YouTube website that shows you a list of subscribers. But there's a catch. You can go in your privacy settings and prevent YouTube from showing who you are subscribed to, and that means it won't show this information on your channel page, but it also means you won't show up in that page I mentioned a moment ago, and it even says that there. Also, the YouTuber you subscribe to will not get an email either. So, of course, this is a huge problem because it means you have to give up your privacy in order to be selected in a giveaway, because either nobody can tell who you subscribe to, or absolutely everyone can. Now, something else Parker mentions in the requirements to be included in the drawing for his giveaway is that not only do you have to be subscribed to his channel, you also have to enable notifications. That's the little bell icon next to the subscribe button.
All you have to do is be a subscriber of Vehicle Virgins. If you're not already, just click that subscribe button below the video and click the bell button next to subscribe to receive notifications so you don't miss any Vehicle Virgins videos.
I looked around in the menus and even at the YouTube API, and I did not see anything about notifications, such as how to check whether a user has notifications on for your channel or not. So it seems to me that this is not actually something that can be checked. So because this can't really be checked at all, that makes me rather skeptical about the motive behind the giveaway. Notifications increase how likely you are to notice someone has put out a new video, and in turn that increases how likely you are to click the video, and it's no secret that more views leads to more ad revenue. Of course, there's nothing wrong with wanting more money, and although you run the risk of annoying people, there's nothing shady about asking people to turn notifications on. But when you set that as a requirement for being included in a giveaway, that's kind of shady. Think of it this way. Let's say I have a car and I'm raffling it off to people who buy tickets. But there are two tickets. One of them, let's call it the red ticket, and it's $10. And the other, let's call it the blue ticket, costs another $10. So I keep track of people who buy red tickets but not blue tickets. And I just assume the people who buy red tickets don't know any better and pay for the blue ticket too, because I tell people they need to buy both tickets in order to be eligible to win the car. And that would mean that people who paid $10 by buying only one ticket, the red ticket, have the same chance as the people who paid twice as much buying both tickets, and that's not quite fair, is it? And as far as for those who did pay the extra $10 for the blue ticket, well, that turned out to be meaningless. So not only did they just waste $10, I just gained $10 by selling them something of no value. Now, I could go and ask people to buy my worthless blue tickets and tell them that they won't get anything in return. They're just giving me money, and that's basically like asking for donations. And that would be honest, but when I tell them they're going to get something in return, like a chance at winning the car, our prize in this example, that's a bit deceptive, isn't it? And yes, I know we're only talking about subscriptions and notifications, which doesn't cost a viewer $10 or even 10 cents or even 1 cent, but hopefully with this example where things were represented by actual direct monetary gain, you could see why I'm saying this is just a little bit sketchy. Now, let's return to the privacy thing, keeping the example with the car raffle in mind. Let's forget about the blue tickets for a moment and say that all I'm selling is just the red tickets for $10 each. Now, as I said, I'm keeping track of everyone who buys one of these tickets. So every time someone gives me $10, I give him a red ticket and I ask him for his name, email address, phone number, home address, and social security number so I can contact him if he wins the car. But if he says he doesn't feel comfortable giving me his personal information, which is quite reasonable, it's typically a bad idea to give your home address to strangers, let alone your social security number of all things, then I say, that's fine, and I keep his money, but I don't count him in the drawing. That means I just kept his money without explaining that he isn't going to be entered in the drawing. So he still assumes he will be, and so once again I'm not keeping up my end of the bargain because this guy only gave me his money on the condition that he would get a chance at winning the car. My point here is just that choosing a random subscriber is not the way to go about doing a giveaway, because there is this problem with who gets included in the list based on privacy settings, because people who have subscribed to you and don't know that they won't show up due to their privacy settings are left out and they don't really know, and that's just an issue with using the subscriber list as the list to choose a winner from. In addition, at the same time as people are kicked off the list for having their privacy settings a certain way, excluding them from the giveaway, you also include people in the drawing who may not be active. Some accounts get abandoned, and some users don't ever check their message inboxes. I, for example, only very rarely check my inbox on the site, and I have a filter set up to take all the emails YouTube sends me and stick them in a separate junk mail folder where they're out of my way instead of cluttering up my inbox. Now, if I knew I might get a message regarding a giveaway, I would probably check my messages when the giveaway was scheduled to happen, but not everybody has subscribed to a channel in order to be counted in drawing, nor does everybody subscribed even know about the drawing, since being subscribed doesn't really mean that you watch every video. So the problem here is including extra people. So I could argue that this is a bad thing because if the people who are subscribed but don't know about the giveaway check their messages, see they've won, and accept the prize, that's unfair. But really the main problem here with including these extra people is that, as I said, unless you're expecting to get a message and you could be subscribed to a channel without knowing about the giveaway, you're not very likely to check your message inbox. So there's a large possibility that anyone selected to win the prize may just not respond. Meaning that depending on how many times you select a winner who doesn't respond, there can be a long delay in actually finding someone to respond and accept the prize. Now, not only can that extra work be a headache to the YouTuber giving the prize away, but the delay also means that even the people who were expecting to possibly get a message will also probably stop checking their inboxes because now they think the giveaway is over, decreasing the chance that even these people respond who wanted to be in the giveaway in the first place. And, of course, there's also the fact that someone can make multiple YouTube accounts, and it would be virtually impossible to tell, allowing cheaters to gain an unfair and perhaps quite large advantage depending on just how many fake accounts they make. And keep in mind that it's not very difficult to automate this kind of thing either, and so if someone uses a script to make 10,000 extra bot accounts and subscribes them all to a channel, then this person has a 1,000,000% higher chance of winning the giveaway than someone who just subscribes with his personal account and doesn't do anything dishonest. I would venture a guess that making any number of bot accounts is prohibited by the YouTube terms of service, but that doesn't stop people from doing it, or at least trying. As I see it, the best way to fix these issues is to give entrants a way to apply for the drawing that is completely separate and independent from YouTube. A good example of this is the giveaway Rob Ferretti is doing of a BMW M3, which is really cool, honestly. In the description of his videos, he has a link to a page on another website called Gleam, where entrants can sign up to be given a chance to win the car. YouTube's subscription feature was never meant for giveaways, and it's not YouTube's fault that it isn't useful for that purpose. The problem lies in people using it for something it wasn't intended for, nor is it fit to do. On the other hand, a dedicated service like the one Rob Ferretti has made use of, called Gleam, was designed specifically for the purpose he's using it for. What's more, looking into Gleam's pricing scheme, even the completely free package offers more than enough for a YouTuber doing a simple giveaway. So considering that it's free, makes it harder for people to cheat, doesn't eliminate people from entering without them realizing because of some nonsense with their privacy settings, doesn't include extra people in the drawing who didn't intend to participate, and even makes it easier on the person orchestrating the giveaway, there really is no reason for a YouTuber to rely on the subscription system for a giveaway, except that doing so makes sure the participants subscribe. So what it comes down to is this: do you want fairness, or do you want to force people to subscribe? Even though that may sound even slightly reasonable, here's the thing. Just because someone subscribes to your channel and even turns on notifications for your new uploads, that doesn't necessarily mean that that user is going to watch your videos. It's possible that this will actually have a negative effect on your current viewers too, because some of them will inevitably see you as disingenuous and desperate to increase your subscriber figure. Of course, the clickbait effect of announcing giveaways is not diminished by using a service like Gleam, yet it's less likely that you will be met with skepticism, because in the absence of requirements to subscribe or enable notifications, the giveaway seems selfless instead of like a bribe. So not only does it just look more professional, it also shows that you care more about fairness than about forcing people to subscribe to your channel. And people will probably respond by subscribing anyway, and meaningfully so. Instead of getting people to subscribe in exchange for something, you will influence people to have a more positive opinion about you, and your subscriber count remains a genuine indicator of how many people actually enjoy your content, whereas requiring people to subscribe to be entered makes your subscriber count an artificially inflated number that doesn't truly represent what they actually think of you. And both of the channels I've mentioned here are car channels, so I'll make a comparison to different types of drivers in order to sum up this point. The difference between using a giveaway to artificially pump up your subscriber count and using a giveaway to actually brighten someone's day and then benefiting from the hype anyway is like the difference between driving an all-wheel drive car with traction control, stability control, anti-lock brakes, torque vectoring, dual clutch transmission, and a turbocharged small displacement V6 around a track, and then driving a rear-wheel drive car with none of these driver aids and a manual transmission and a large displacement naturally aspirated V8 around the same track and getting a lap time. And maybe the first car will set a faster lap time. In fact, given the description of it, that's pretty much inevitable. But the driver of the second car can be more proud of his accomplishments, and people will respect him much more because it wasn't some computer system that made his car fast. And my point in the computer system is something artificial, but instead it was skill, meaning it was genuine. Now, please do not make the mistake of thinking that I'm attacking vehicle virgins or accusing them of any wrongdoing. That's not what I'm doing at all. The point of this video is just to try to persuade people thinking of doing giveaways to plan them out more carefully and consider making use of services like Gleam that would make it easier and better for everyone involved. So thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. And let me know in the comments why you had a problem with it, and I'll try and address that in the future. This is my first one of these sort of commentary style videos, so obviously there will be things I need to adjust, but hopefully at least some of you found it entertaining and informative.